Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. Today I just want to talk about some of the things that are happening this week. There's a big week for a lot of stocks that I own personally and some stocks that I don't own that I'll actually be keeping an eye on as well. So just kind of doing a bit of a week ahead preview for you guys. So let's get started. And if you haven't already and you're on the Patreon, go check out the 2 exclusive videos that we dropped this weekend. One of them being the stock request. We took a look into StoneCo, Enphase and Starbucks. So if you do want the exclusive content, join through the link in the description. Unless you're already on there, then go watch it. But we'll get started on to there's some things to watch this week. Now, National Express, I was watching this one open up this morning. It is up 2% and I thought we might have seen a bigger jump in National Express this morning than what we had. The reason why is we might have seen at the end, over the weekend, the strikes have ended in National Express as the drivers accept a 16.2% pay rise. Not bad at all. I think they was it last week or the week before, they rejected a 14% pay rise and they carried on hanging out for an even bigger one. I mean, 16% pay rise. I mean, they need to get these guys into to do the new salaries for like the NHS and the teachers, and it'll be over and they'll be getting a lovely pay rise. That's an absolutely crazy pay rise that they managed to get, and I think that like puts the National Express average driver on like 33,000 a year or something like that, which is crazy. So yeah, definitely they're going to be the drivers are going to be all celebrating and probably booking at least good free holidays a year now abroad or something going on there, because that's absolutely bonkers. So yeah, they got a massive bigger than inflation pay rise there. So I thought that the pressure of National Express and that strikers, the strikes being resolved might have helped the share price up a little bit, because when you look at the stock, I mean, really since maybe even longer than that, if you look around 2021 is when the stock kind of peaked and has been down since that time period on the downtrend. And you look at that time frame and you think, well, the recession fears aren't as bad as what is expected. You've also had the rail strikes, which has helped the stock. You've had the strikes which have been resolved. You've had the debt which has been hedged into 2024. You've had all the fuel costs that have been hedged into 2024, and in fact the fuel costs shouldn't be too bad for them going forward now anyway, and that's resolved. So you're looking at all the major issues like why the share price has gone from a £3 stock down to a £1.20 stock, and all the issues it's had have basically been resolved. So I mean, it's like wandering around like, is it just down because we're still in that negative sentiment? I don't know. Like every issue that's been kind of coming on here, like they've been resolving. They brought out earnings. The earnings were good. They brought back the dividend. They won the rail contract. I'm a little bit confused why the stock is still not really budging up that much. I mean, it's up 2% today, but I thought we'd see this stock going up 10% today. So really weird stuff kind of going on here with National Express, so we'll keep an eye on that one. But getting on to some other stocks that to keep an eye on. Carnival are reporting earnings today. By the time you see this and I edit it, they probably would have reported, but it's, at the moment they haven't brought them out, so we'll see what happens there. No other ones that I'm really in particular looking at on the Monday. On the Tuesday, Walgreens, I'll be keeping an eye on Walgreens. The reason why is because I am potentially thinking about buying this stock. And the reason why I potentially buy this stock is that I think it could be a good turnaround play. The share price has been absolutely killed off, and I think the expansion into the clinic growth could be very interesting. So I'm going to watch that for that reason, and then also get a share price, a return off the share price as the turnaround the business. And also I think the dividend yield is somewhere around a 6%. So yeah, collecting a lovely dividend and play it from a share price point of view that I think it's a bit of a turnaround play. So I'm not bought it yet because I want to see the turnaround play continue to execute. So maybe this quarter, if I see good earnings, that might get me over the edge, and ideally I want to buy somewhere around that $30 range if I can, and that's exactly where it is right now. So yeah, I'm just waiting to see just the turnaround play happen more and more with that one, and we'll see what happens. Lovesac reporting earnings on the Tuesday. I think this stock could drop a fair amount. I'm expecting a maybe double-digit drop on this one. I just think the environment that we're still in might make investors a little bit nervous, depending on the guidance as well that they give as well. So I'll see what happens there. I've been wanting it to get lower and lower into the, around that $20 mark. If it can drop into the teen range, that'll be really good. So I'll be watching these guys and what earnings they bring out, and I think that they might have a drop off earnings. We'll see what happens. We've got Lululemon that are reporting earnings. Micron, which is a stock that I had a bit of a deep dive onto about 12 months ago, I believe it was now. I think I might have even made a video on it was either on the YouTube or the Patreon I made the video. I had a bit of a deep dive into Micron. Eventually, I decided not to buy the stock just because I felt like the future was too volatile on earnings and profit and revenue, and I decided I didn't have enough knowledge in the space, so I decided not to buy it. Since then, I think the stock has gone down a little bit, so looks like an okay decision. So I'll probably check out their earnings, but like I said, I did a deep dive on there and eventually decided not to do any more. Wednesday, we've got the likes of RH that are reporting, we've got Paychecks that are reporting earnings. Thursday after close, Skills are going to go for their earnings again. Obviously, they delayed it a while ago, so we'll see what's going on there, if there's any positives of them turning around the business there. And Friday, not much that I'm going to be looking at. Now, there's actually a couple of other stocks I really wanted to quickly point out that actually will be making moves this week. First one being this one. S4 Capital, up 3% today, but the last month has been choppy. The stock is down 15% in the last month. It's been having a pullback. In fact, it's had a bit more than a pullback. It's had a big 30% sell-off at the moment, which is really weird to see, but it has been bouncing up a little bit since then. So yeah, I mean, no particular reason why S4's been selling off either. Maybe the reason why is because when you zoom out, it has been on a bit of a good run, and maybe there was a bit of profit taking going on. Maybe there was the concerns around Martin Sorrell's health. Maybe it was around one of the contracts being lost. I don't know what's exactly caused the bit of a turn in the share price recently, but I think that it's obviously a good value at the moment. And yeah, these guys, S4 Capital, will be reporting their preliminary results. They're going to be doing that on the 29th, which is the Wednesday, I believe. I'll just double check. I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, it is the Wednesday. So we'll see what they have to do. They're doing a Q&A session, so hopefully they see, a lot of these marketing companies have come out and said that they're doing all right. So hopefully if S4 come out and say, yeah, we're still doing all right, then that will reassure the market. Investors might get, okay, yeah, we'll keep buying this one. Maybe the profit taking goes, we're done profit taking now. If they're doing okay, we'll carry on, buying the stock. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this one and see what they say. We'll have a better idea on Wednesday. And the next one is Darktrace. So Darktrace, I think there was somewhere someone saying that they're going to potentially be posting their Q3 results. Now, I've not seen a press release from Darktrace, so I don't know if they actually are posting their results. They do normally post their Q3 around this time. I think last year it was April, though. I think it was the 13th of April. So they do normally have the Q3 results somewhere around this time of year, but like if we go last year, it's normally not for another 2 weeks, really. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they are going to do the results. Maybe they're not. Apparently it's on tomorrow. So a little bit unsure on that one if they are bringing any results out, but we'll see what happens. And the last one is Gang. Gang are going to be bringing their financial results out on the 30th of March. So obviously on the Thursday. Gang, I think, normally report on a Thursday. With Gang, I think we're all just kind of looking around to see what the state of play is with Gang. I think that obviously the last 2 quarters have been not great results. I think they've been I think I gave them 5 out of 10. They were okay, but they weren't as good as what we were hoping for. They were a little bit behind expectations. Obviously, there's the impact of the hold rate and the FX that have been really playing on the company, and that may continue in this quarter. So we'll see what happens. The other big thing is how big the World Cup has been for the business. So we'll see what happens there. It depends also on the guidance that they give. But if they still come in with their path to profitability, good revenue growth, you look at the business now, I mean, this stock was dropping. This company was still posting very good earnings when the stock was going down to like $3-4, which is crazy. So, yeah, I mean, we'll have a better idea. There's no point in me spending 5 minutes now completely speculating on what the potential results can be. I'm better off just kind of giving my opinion on Thursday when the actual results kind of come out. But, yeah, I mean, obviously the big thing we want to see is moving towards profitability, getting back to some good amounts of revenue growth going forward. And if they can get to profitability with good amounts of revenue growth at the valuation it's at, it will do very well still. I think that even though it's had 2 bad quarters recently, I still think there's a business that could still return very good amounts if it turns around from here. I think the valuation it has gone to now is incredibly low. So yeah, we'll see what they kind of give out. And I think the big thing is the guidance. If they can, suggest, path to profitability with over double-digit revenue growth, I think everyone will be really happy with that. So we'll see what they suggest on the earnings call and what they say. And obviously this will be the first conference call, I believe, with the CFO that's left, and see what commentary is around that anyway. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Just a bit of a recap really going into this week of things to kind of be keeping an eye on anyway. So hope you enjoy it. I'm sure we'll be making a video on a couple of these this week as they bring the news out anyway. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great week. Catch you in a bit.